Did you notice how modern Christian language sometimes sounds like it came straight out of a group chat? Somewhere between doing life together and soft worship playlist, Jesus quietly became someone you'd expect to send you supportive voice notes. At some point, I have a relationship with Jesus turned into Jesus is my bestie. And while that sounds warm and relatable, it also raises a small but important question. Are we talking about closeness, or did we just make him emotionally manageable? Because friendship, as we normally understand it, implies equality. Same level, same authority, same right to interrupt each other, same emotional veto power. And Jesus, historically speaking, did not present himself as someone who needed affirmation, reassurance, or regular updates on your vibe. John 13, verse 13. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. This doesn't mean Jesus is distant. He eats with people, he listens, he stays longer than expected. But he also says deeply inconvenient things, disappears to pray without explaining himself, and regularly invites people into situations that absolutely do not look like personal growth at first glance. Which, to be fair, is not how besties behave. A bestie supports your choices. Jesus questions them. A bestie protects your comfort. Jesus quietly dismantles it. A bestie wants you happy. Jesus seems more interested in you being honest. Calling Jesus my bestie feels safe because it puts him close, but also harmless. Someone who walks alongside you, nods encouragingly, and maybe gently suggests improvements, but never really challenges your direction. And if we're honest, that's kind of what some believers want. They don't usually want a Lord. They want a companion. Someone available, supportive, and spiritually affirming, but not someone who might actually tell them they're wrong. Someone who comforts without correcting. Someone who agrees, or at least waits until later to disagree. Jesus doesn't really offer that version of himself. He offers closeness without being controllable, love without flattery. Friendship? Yes, but not the kind where you negotiate the terms. The Gospels don't show Jesus asking people how they feel about his boundaries. He invites, he commands, he teaches. He confronts. And then, only after all that, he offers rest. This is why the bestie thing doesn't sit right with me. Not because it's disrespectful, but because it makes something serious feel casual. It turns awe into familiarity and authority into something you can shrug at. If Jesus is only your friend, then disagreement becomes optional and obedience becomes awkward. Reverence feels a bit intense, and faith becomes very easy, which should immediately make you suspicious, given how uncomfortable Jesus consistently makes people in the Gospels. Christianity isn't about picking a divine emotional support buddy. It's about following someone who loves you enough to disrupt you. Pay attention to the moments when Jesus feels inconvenient rather than comforting. Those moments usually reveal whether you're following him or managing him. And yes, there is intimacy here. Real intimacy. Jesus knows people fully. He forgives, he restores, he stays. But intimacy without awe turns into entitlement, and awe without intimacy turns into fear. And Christianity insists on holding both, even when it messes with our preferred tone. So no, Jesus isn't your bestie. He's closer than that. He's the one you follow, not the one you manage.